Yes, so thank you for coming back. So we have now this situation with, let's take the Congo. Before we got into this colonization situation, actually, the beginning of it. Oh, sorry, let me backtrack here. We're talking about the time when Congo was under the Belgium and the brutal rulership of King Leopold II from Belgium, who committed a genocide in Congo. We lost about 20 million, no, 10 million people in a short space of 20 years. And at that time, it was about a half of the population of Congo wiped out by King Leopold II. And in the most brutal and vicious ways. Hands cut off, genitals cut off, skull broken. Why? Because they were trying to force the Africans to produce rubber to fuel the industrial revolution that was going on. And Congo was then a private property. That whole Congo you see there was the private property of King Leopold II, as he did whatever he wanted to do, he needed to do, if it meant committing a genocide to extract the raw material from the Congo using the natives, in the process destroying, annihilating, wiping out all populations of villages and you name it. Of course, if you look closer, you'll find some Africans that were supporting, maybe they were part of they were working with those white folks, the colonial people. But are you going to say the enemy is them? No, I disagree with that. Lumumba was killed here. That's the first prime minister of the Congo, Patrice Emery Lumumba, one of our soldiers who was so independent that the Belgians were trembling when he spoke. He was destroyed, he was killed, dissolved in acid. Yeah, they're using traitors among us. Collaborators, if you want to put it that way. But who's the engineer? Who's the real enemy? Turn your attention away from the true enemy. You will always have collaborators that they can find, because the evil mind will still be in operation. We have to realize that. And we have to stand up so that we do not allow outsider to use us in the process of destroying ourselves, our families, our societies. That has to stop, definitely. We have to look at the common good of all of us as a people. We have to remove this crab mentality amongst ourselves, where you can't feel good about the success of your brother or sister, where you are vulnerable to the enemy, the true enemy. Thomas Sankara in Burkina Faso, they used his own friend Blaise Compaoré to get rid of him, to kill him, and they replaced him by that brother who was a collaborator, and after a while they got rid of him too. So who's the enemy? So they're playing us in turn, one after the other, and we have to realize that. So if you focus on that small enemy, quote unquote, and you leave the big one out there, you set for a mess, for a ride. So to summarize and conclude on this first aspect of slavery and the role of Africans in this Machiavellic and awful experience, we have to establish that African society were against this enterprise. They stood up against it. I think I posted a video with some of our queens and kings that fought against this evil episode of our lives. And the people, whether you are in diaspora or on the continent, we all lost. We have to realize that. And we have to be vigilant and avoid being used by the same narrative that is keeping our backs thrown against each other all the time. Let's rebuild the trust. Let's come together. Let's heal. Let's reconcile. And let's grow together. I thank you. And we will approach other aspects of this situation as the week progresses. Thank you. And I'll see you soon. Bye now.